What's up? I'm so glad you're here. This is Coach Josh from Athletic Preparation, and today we're talking how to develop more explosive power so you can run a faster 40-yard dash. NFL Combine's right around the corner, so we want to give you 5 exercises to have a more powerful and explosive start for the 40. Quickly talking about power, the most specific thing you can do, of course, is sprint and practice sprinting and your start for the 40, but these are going to be a combination of some plyometrics, so some explosive jumps, and or some stuff in the weight room. So that is beneficial, but the best stuff that transfers, again, is sprinting and practicing your start and rehearsing that, okay? So just a quick caveat, also when you're training for power, you want a medium load, so maybe about 30 to 60% of a load in order to develop power, because again, we're not trying to do strength. Strength is heavier and slower. Power's in the middle, is that sweet spot, right? And obviously speed is speed, right? Barely anything resistant. So anyways, just keep that in mind on these exercises. The first exercise to help you develop more power for your 40-yard dash is going to be the landmine jammer press, all right? So simply you're going to grab a landmine, put the bar in a corner, put some weight on top. If you have a band, that's a bonus, not necessary, but it's an option. You're just going to do a semi-squat. You don't have to do a full squat, and you're simply going to explosively, like you're going to throw the bar up and away from you. Obviously, don't let it go. Have explosive power and intent, and even jump forward like you are trying to cover ground, all right? We love this one because, number one, it kind of creates a more of a horizontal force vector, so meaning you're applying force more like in the direction as if you were going to take off and accelerate. It also develops some core strength and also get your arms out in front of you, which a lot of kids, when we see them sprint, they're really tight. They don't really get big arm swings or splits when they go to take off when they're accelerating. Most kids kind of stay short, and this kind of helps get your arm just kind of out in front of you a little bit and just kind of create that. So that's why we love landmine jammer press for explosive power to start your 40. Number 2. Depth broad jump is number 2. So basically you're gonna do like I just did, drop off the box. As soon as you hit the ground, do a broad jump as far as you possibly can, okay? So the key is to be quick off the ground, but at the same time you wanna be so quick that you don't apply power. So it's a combination of the two. You want about a 12-inch box is a good starting part. And as soon as you hit the ground, as you're falling off the box, number 1, you want to think about attacking the ground before the ground attacks you. Meaning, as you're falling, you already have the initiation or thought process and intent to strike the ground before you get to the ground, okay? You hit the ground stiff, and that way you don't spend time on the ground. As soon as you hit, you go right into your broad jump, not spending time on the ground. So again, this is going to help transfer for a more powerful acceleration. Heading into the weight room for number 3 is we're going to do power shrugs from a pin. So meaning you want to set the pin up at a similar height where your angles will be on your setup for your stance of your start and the 40-yard dash. Meaning, so if I'm crouched up in my 40-yard stance, I'll have roughly 90 degrees of hip flexion, somewhere around there. When I'm setting up for my pins, I want to be in a similar 90-degree angle. That way it transfers over a little bit more specifically for your guys' 40. A good rule of thumb, again, everyone has different limb lengths, but the bar should probably be roughly at the top of your thigh, so right above your knee, or maybe just below your kneecap, okay? So right below the knee or right above the knee, depends on you, but now you have the information you need to kind of put it in the right spot. And again, we're starting from a pin because just like when you're overcoming the power or the start of the 40-yard dash to go into your acceleration, you have to create force from nothing. So having the pin there, starting with a flat load from nothing, you have to create rate of force development. You have to develop force fast in order to get weight moving, just like you do when you take off on the 40-yard dash. Starting there, you're crouched, and then you have to create that force from nothing, all right? So that's why we love it in developing power for your 40-yard dash. 4th is gonna be pause squat jumps, and we can do these a bunch of different ways. So we can hold dumbbells on the side, or you can do a barbell on your back. Most times we find good success with just holding dumbbells on the side, unless you're a really, really strong athlete, then we might move you to the barbell. It just takes a loading off your spine, all right? So no sense in beating that up and adding all that extra compressive load of landing with extra weight on your back. Holding the dumbbells on the side is a great start, or we do the trap bar. If you have a trap bar, that's probably our favorite version, and that way it takes the load off your spine, but you can still load it decently, and the weight is below you. It's not actually loaded on your spine. So anyways, that is a great version. The reason we do the pause, so how you're gonna do this, you're gonna come down to, again, similar angles that you are for your 40, and then simply you're gonna pause for 5 seconds to get rid of the stretch shortening cycle like we talked about. So you have to create something from nothing. The reason we like it with the pause is because you have that load with you and you're already kind of pre-tense. So think about like a rubber band. If you already have some tension in there, it has some potential to shoot further, okay? So that's the same thing. You're kind of preloading the muscles, and then obviously you're overcoming them, creating a high rapid of force development in order to train more explosively and have some work in the weight room transfer to your 40, all right? So that's why we love the pause squat jumps. Last is our med ball scoop toss, and again, simply have the med ball up in front of you, load it through your hips, and you want to jump and throw that thing as far as you can. So if you're a youth athlete to college and you want to start anywhere from like maybe 6 pounds up to 12, you don't need a lot of weight because again, it's a power type of exercise, right? We're not trying to be slow. We're trying to get rid of that thing as fast as we can, all right? I love it too because number one, it gives you instant feedback, meaning you can see how far it went. So it's great to do with friends. I'll create a competition out of it and simply to see who can throw the ball the furthest, so it's great to get that feedback. And two, it kind of naturally helps you find that trajectory angle, that launch angle for your start and your acceleration. So meaning if you throw the ball too up, then it's going to go too high and not far enough, versus if you throw it too low and too straight, then it's simply going to nosedive too quick. So you get the feedback from the medicine ball, figuring out where to launch from, and it's going to be a little bit more similar to when you want to take off for your 40-yard dash, all right, and have a more explosive performance. Thanks for checking out the video until the end and hitting the like on this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps us create more free content like this that is valuable to help you with your training. We also have a football combine prep program that is down below. It's an online course that covers the vertical jump, broad jump, bench press, 40, all that fun stuff, 3-cone, and then so much more in a 6-week speed and strength training program to help you dominate your football combine. If you're a football player, definitely go check that out. Enter the code YouTube for a discount, and that way you can have your best performance when it matters most.